What is up? What is up, YouTube? That's an hour 14 minutes. Alright. Let's see what we got here, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I visit Dr. Umar's school, and Uncle Mike gonna go up there and visit the school. In one whole week, 7 days, I'm going up to the school, see what you got there, baby boy. Mr. Dr. Umar. Maybe I can help get this thing going. Psych. Psych. Nah, real talk, man. I'm gonna go up there and see what the school is about. Maybe this video will save me a trip. Who knows? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let me get my lights and stuff on. Light, camera, action. Let's check this bad boy. Here we go. Hey.
Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, parents and youth, and elders, our ancestors are happy today. They rejoice in heaven because we can now begin the process of psychological reconstruction, one African mind at a time.
I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content, because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000.
Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters.
So hit that Cash App. Let me see who on the Cash App. Where them donations at? Where them donations at? Hit the Cash App.
Where them Cash Apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a Cash App. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar.
By the way, Sister Chantel won a $10 refund. You're not going to get it, Sister Chantel, because you give white folks more money than you ever gave black boys. I'm not processing no $10 refund.
Credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric done.
What? God damn, cuz.
It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate.
How about you hit the Cash App? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts. More gifts. Sister Tammy Gilmore, you want a $2 refund? I'll be damned if I give you 8 quarters back. You don't even want to give 8 quarters to black boys? Damn that, sister. You're not getting no refund.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees.
The program coming out for the ladies is called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies. $500 donation to FDMG Academy, and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice.
What up, y'all? As you guys can tell by today's title as well as the intro, we are going to be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. He has recently came under fire for asking his followers for over $40,000 to save his school that he has been collecting money for the past 10 years. Now, what's interesting about this topic is I've actually been preparing to do this
10 years for a school? God dang. Here we go.
Video since December of 2023. As many of you guys know, I moved to South Jersey, hated it, came right back. But one very interesting fact is that I ended up living only 30 minutes away from Dr. Umar's school. I was told by locals and people that know him that the school was basically a sham. There was nothing done. He kept collecting money and literally there's nothing to show for it. Honestly, I had already been suspicious of Dr. Umar because his ideologies are a little too much. I feel like he just does too much. So I already had the idea that he was literally collecting this money and probably doing absolutely nothing with it. Genuinely wanted to see for myself. Me and some people actually pulled up and saw literally nothing.
And this is crazy. Have our leader up next against this bullshit.
Like, Haitians co-sign this shit. We not co-signing this. And then look, the black children matter.
How?
Girl.
Clearly they don't. Because this is fucking madness. Where's the fucking school?
Now, of course, we're going to get into the details a little later in this video, but of course, we got to get those disclaimers out there. This is going to be a critical video of Dr. Umar. If you are a super fan, a super idiot, or whatever the case may be that loves and follows this man, this video is not for you. It's not going to be something that you enjoy. So honestly, just click off. Also, I am a very emotional.
Like hell, they should enjoy it. All you gotta do is listen with a half an open eye. You don't even have to open both eyes. Just a half an open one eye and just listen. And I guarantee you, you wouldn't be sad.
No person, especially when it comes to scams and things like this. I can't stand a scammer, but most importantly, I can't stand a scammer that scams their own communities. So if I get emotional, if I start going off, it is what it is. If you see my videos before, you already know how I get down. Also, if you see my videos before and this is not your first time seeing me, you already know I hold a degree in broadcast journalism as well as public relations. Therefore, I chose to put on my journalism hat for this one. So we're going to stick to the facts.
Baby, I'm a YouTuber, okay? This is my full-time job. You already know I'm gonna put my opinion in it. But I'm gonna try to lead with the facts. I'm
not going to be discussing any of the rumors
Sorry.
and gossip. However, feel free to do that down below. And while you're at it, please add some additional facts. Okay? Facts to the situation that we did not cover.
To preface, because I know there's going to be comments like, oh my God, you should be so happy that someone loves your country. You should be so happy that someone's repping Haiti that hard. I am not going to be happy that a scammer is repping my country. Did I ask for anyone to rep Haiti? Did we ask for anyone to rep Haiti? I love Haiti enough. Haitians love Haiti enough. Just like all those other countries he's sitting here repping that he knows he is not from. I don't think any of them would be happy to know about his reputation, know about the fact that he has collected hundreds, thousands, possibly millions of dollars and has absolutely nothing to show for the school that he's been promising for the past decade. So please do not play in my face.
First of all, he done collected over $2 million, and that's a fact. That's a freaking fact. Over $2 million, I bet you. I bet you any amount of money I can prove it. Here we go.
Do not comment on my video with the whole, oh, well, what school did you build and how much did you donate? That is a nonprofit. Let's use our heads. Let's think critically. That is a nonprofit. Although, yes, they accept donations from people like you and me, they could have easily applied for grants. Why is it that he is so reliant on us giving him money when he could have easily operated like a normal nonprofit? Where's the board? Where's the website? Where's the enrollment site? Where's the job opportunities? This is a joke at this point. And for those of you guys that keep sitting here defending him, don't watch the video if you know it's going to be something that triggers you. Because I'm not the one. I'm not these influencers. I respond. And I got plenty of time.
Now, this is such a loaded topic. Like, literally, I have pages and pages worth of notes that I had to revise numerous times because it's a lot. Again, this man has been collecting donations for the past decade. So there is a lot to cover. Anything that I do not cover, as well as my sources and everything under the sun, is going to be linked down below. There are some amazing creators and amazing reporters out there that have been talking about Dr. Umar and his scams for quite some time. So this is literally not new news. Unfortunately, especially as I was gathering my sources and doing like little mini interviews with people, I realized that a lot of people were not aware of this school. And if they were, they thought that it was actually legitimate and one day it would open. I'm here to tell you, this school is not going to open. And if it does, it's going to be a shit show. And it's not going to last that long. And of course, like I said, we're going to get into all of that. So, of course, right, before we get started, everything that you comment down below, I need you guys to either repeat it 3 times or post it 3 times. Because this man always speaks 3 times. Because we're dumb and we're slow. We don't understand what he's talking about. So 3 times, people, 3 times. Also, I need you guys to keep in mind, right, even though this video focuses on Dr. Umar and FDMG, there are other people that are part of this scam. This is not just him. He just happens to be the face of it. Therefore, we're talking about him. So who is Dr. Umar Johnson? So Dr. Umar Johnson was born Jermaine Shamak. He's not my kid, therefore I do not have to know how to say his name right. Just know his real name is Jermaine, okay? He was born on August 21st, 1974 in North Philadelphia. He later adopted the name Umar Rashad Abdallah Johnson, also going by Umar Ifatande Johnson. He often styles himself out as Dr. Umar or Prince of Pan-Africanism. Now, one thing I genuinely didn't like about Dr. Umar was his extreme Pan-Africanism to the point where it's like he's cosplaying some sort of civil rights leader. And I say cosplaying because I've never seen this man really do anything but flap his fucking gums on the internet. And this is somebody that's an influencer and does this full time that flaps their gum on the internet.
I know some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're going to have to put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner.
So my son, 3 years old, what can guarantee his success in a racist America? Is that even possible?
It is, but
What the problem is, your 3-year-old son needs to get out of the racist country. It's in your mind, because I'm in the same country and to me it ain't racist. Don't get me wrong, there's some racist people there, but they don't bother my soul. They don't bother the racist people. That's their problem, not mine. They don't hold me back, they don't slow me down, they don't get in my way. That's what you teach your son. Don't let the racist people get in your way. Amen.
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 I didn't think that was going to be your question, because I don't think that's where you start. Because he's 3. At 3 years old, I want you to be inundating that young man's life with literature.
Literature?
Very little TV. Very little TV.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very little video game. Very little cell phone. Very little tablet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because philosophically, there's something called the language acquisition device, right? Philosophically, that exists in the brain of a child. Your son's vocabulary is going to quadruple between age 3 and age 6 if you give him literature. You feel me?
Black people were learning just fine prior to 1954. They did not desegregate public schools so black children could get a better education. They desegregated black schools because they were concerned about the growth of black excellence.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black butter almond queens, black butter pecan queens, black warm peanut butter queens, black butterscotch queen, black fudge queen, black cinnamon queen, black sweet brown sugar queen, black pistachio, black walnut, black almond queens. It's black queens forever.
I realize that a lot of black women literally rally for this man because he talks like this. And it's so annoying. I'll be looking at comment sections every time I see one of these videos. It's like, oh my God, I love how he writes for us. Where's the school? Every time someone sends me something, okay, because they're always sharing his videos with me, I'm like, where's the school? This type of stuff does not impress me. This type of stuff literally only impresses people that have low self-esteem. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And I'll say it again. People that have low self-esteem and people who have literally never told them that they were beautiful. And unfortunately, this is the reality for a lot of women, especially black women. So you see somebody like this, you see them scamming, you see them not doing right, and you're not going to say anything because, oh, they love black women though. We need to heighten those standards because that's a problem.
I could say, like, literally, I've helped a lot of people here on YouTube. I've donated to so many things. I've literally physically, personally helped a lot of my supporters. I interact with them. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I'm like Harriet Tubman or whatever, but I never would, even if I was on that type of caliber, because you just do things to be a good person, right? You do things because you want to be that person to make a difference in this world. Everything that he does is extremely performative, from wearing the Haitian flag, to wearing the Ghanaian flag, to wearing the Nigerian flag, to wearing all of these different flags and trying to preach to Black people that they need to go back to their roots. And it's just so super performative. And you could tell that this is not something he truly cares about. The entire thing is an entire cash grab, in my personal opinion.
Pan-Africanism is a political ideology that stands for the total global unification and organization of all African people, the destruction of white supremacy and alien control by any non-African over African civilization, society, and culture. As Pan-Africanists, we believe that to identify with your African race family, to identify with your African race family is the most important thing you can do. Next time you go for a job application and they ask you if you have any credentials, yes, I am a BH, CN. And they're going to say, what is that? Some kind of a nurse or behavior specialist? No, I'm a bunny hopper and a coon. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes.
Dude, what about the white African people? Did y'all know that that exists? There are white folks born and raised in Africa. What about them? I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
Oh, yes. It's Pan-Africanism occurs.
He presents himself as a psychologist, motivational speaker, author, and of course, like I said, a radical Pan-Africanist activist. He's not shy about these titles at all, which is pretty interesting. Now, many of you guys may know him for a lot of his political and Afrocentric type of ideologies. He advocates strongly for Afrocentric views combined with very conservative social stances. For example, as many of you guys know, he is openly opposed to interracial marriage, even referring to white girls as snow bunnies, which, listen, a lot of us find it hilarious and all, but like it comes to a point where like it's 2025. Like I'm very big on Black love. I'm very big on, you know, being with who you with, extend the culture, whatever. But at the same time, you love who you love. If you find yourself in love with a white boy, you in love with a white boy. Personally, I probably couldn't do it, right? But I'm not going to sit there and go off and shame other people for doing that. But that is something that a lot of people know him for. Additionally, he has openly opposed LGBTQ inclusion. And of course, all his messaging centers around Black unity, self-determination, and rejecting what he sees as negative influences on the Black community. Now, of course, all of these stances have definitely positioned him in a way that have caused a lot of controversy, but most notably have brought him up to where we are today, and unfortunately has positioned him in a way to put him as one of the top scammers in the Black community.
I'm messing with a snow bunny. What should I do? You should go to hell. That's what you should do. Dr. Umar, how do I get laid by a snow bunny? We need a mental health hospital for raccoons like you. We need a mental health hospital. You're in love with a white woman. Congratulations. You have had your melanin snatched. Your melanin has been snatched, and you can go head over to the Ice Kingdom. We no longer need you.
Interracial parents are selfish. You selfish.
Okay.
Because you are God and you putting your seed in the devil. Or you are God and you letting the devil put his seed in you.
One way or the other.
And this child is going to grow up being split, right?
Yes.
With the DNA of the two most polarizing racial groups on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
It ain't like an Asian, a Chinese married an Indian. It ain't like a Latino married a Native American. An African married a slave master. It's completely different. And so that child has to navigate this complex political world where I'm half black, half white. Black people don't trust me, and white people will never accept. It's selfish.
If it ain't nappy, I ain't happy.
Damn, and you gonna send your kids to this man's school? If you send your kids to his school, you're taking a step backwards, bruh. You're going backwards. Okay, let's continue.
If I can't grab it, you can't have it. Bitter. I want all nappy, everything all natural. I want organically African Australian queens from head to toe. When I go on the first date, I'm gonna grab your hair as hard as I can to make sure it don't come off.
That's crazy.
And if it come off, I'm walking out the restaurant. Black power! We want black power, brothers and sisters.
Black men and women casually dating people from another race.
Absolutely no bunny hopping. Never let a black child get evaluated under the age of 7. Because the earlier the child is, the more likely we can get the diagnosis wrong, Baba. You feel me? Because when a child is young, they're still growing and learning. There's no psychologist in America that can tell you for certain that your 3-year-old is autistic. Now, autism is real, but autism is often misdiagnosed. Why? Because we get them evaluated too soon.
TikTok. So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me.
And you want to send your kids to his school. You want to send your kids to his school. You want to send your kids to his school. You feel me? A school he can't even build. This dummy, allegedly, this dummy don't even know how to pick a building to do a school. Oh my gracious, man, this boy burns me up.
Done with Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. I wish them the best. Baby Smurf, get your interview money. You ain't got much to tell because you don't know shit, but so be it.
I understand that you have been drafted into the Rainbow Army. I don't agree with that at all, but I love you as my child. It will not affect our relationship, but do not ever ask me to co-sign or support something that I am vehemently against. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman. Let me say that one more time. I will not walk you down the aisle if you're marrying a woman, nor will your wife be allowed in my house.
I said I didn't really want to bring like personal and all of that into this, but this is extremely important because you have someone that sits there talking about some snow bunny never, black women forever, but you have 2 kids out of wedlock by women that you didn't marry and you're a deadbeat. That is so problematic. And it goes into all of this. Like, you got to really be careful who y'all support.
So Umar Johnson actually grew up in Philly and attended local public schools. He went to Tanner G. Duckery and George Meade elementary schools. Then it used to be called Dimner Bieber Junior High School. He graduated junior high school in 1988. For high school, he enrolled at the Scotland Schools for Veterans Children's in Pennsylvania. There, he received his diploma on June 6, 1992. In terms of college, he was an undergraduate at Millersville University of Pennsylvania, and he majored in psychology as well as political science. He later attended Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, PCOM for short, where he obtained his Doctor of Psychology. Maybe. I say maybe because there are so many conflicting reports about this, right? So when it comes to PCOM, anyone that has done their doctorate, for the most part, about 99% of them have their dissertations available online. No one can find Dr. Umar's from what I understand. But I've also seen people and reports of people covering what he wrote for his dissertation. Listen, do with that what you will. I'm going to link the references down below. There's also a lot of people who have said there's no proof of him really graduating. So, it's more of a believe it when you see it type of thing. You have agencies such as The Source that has done a comprehensive breakdown on Dr. Umar, and there really isn't any real proof of him actually being a doctor. Added to that, there's been controversy of him getting in trouble and getting his psychology license revoked.
Oh my God, don't say that, man. So we don't supposed to call him doctor? We don't supposed to call him the doctor? I don't know. We don't know. He just made it up. I got close enough to being a doctor, so I'm just going to say the name. I'm a doctor. I knew something. Y'all let me know. Is he a doctor? Yes or no? What y'all think? I don't know.
So my thing is, if there's controversy for that, he has to have a doctorate in something. But what a lot of people don't understand is a doctorate in psychology doesn't necessarily mean you could practice psychology. Hence why he more than likely got in trouble for that.
In the court.
Pennsylvania State Board of Education charged me with presenting myself as a licensed psychologist without a license, right?
Yeah.
I've never claimed to be a licensed psychologist because I never pursued the license.
Right.
In other words, I'm not somebody who took the test and failed it.
Right.
I never went for it.
Exactly.
Because I'm a certified school psychologist.
Okay.
Right? You have school psychology, which is the special ed umbrella.
Okay.
And then you got clinical psychology, which is everything else, your mental illness.
Right.
My doctorate is clinical.
Okay.
But I'm certified in school. And
So
because
you're both sides.
I'm both sides. And with the amount of work that I have as a certified school psychologist, there's really no need for me to get a license. What am I going to do with it?
Right.
But that's neither here or there. We're not here to talk about his credentials because at the end of the day, he's a scammer. It doesn't matter if he's a doctor or not. So a lot of people actually found Umar Johnson through Tariq Nasheed's documentary called Hidden Colors. This was released in 2011, and the name of the film was The Untold History of People of Aboriginal, Moor, and African Descent. There, he appeared as a commentator, espousing Afrocentric historical themes. This gave him exposure to a national audience interested in Black history and empowerment. In 2013, he self-published a book, and that also really helped him get out there. It was called Psychoacademic Holocausts: The Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys. The book argues that Black children, particularly boys, are overdiagnosed with ADHD and funneled into special education as form of systematic racism. This niche but resonant message that the education system mislabels Black youth helped solidify his reputation as an outspoken school psychologist and advocate. Now, let me just say, right, when it comes to this, I actually agree with this. And that's what you're going to notice with Dr. Umar in general. If you go down to the links in my description, you watch the rest of this video, you go and you seek your own information, you're going to realize that a lot of things that he says actually truly resonates with you. You're going to be like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I agree with this. So it kind of blinds you to the fact that someone like this that advocates for the Black community, has a Haitian or some sort of African or Pan-African flag on, would be lying to you and trying to scam you. Because for Black people, we're used to seeing our people in different ways and not always advocating for us. There's not that many people in the public eye that advocate for Black people, whether we're talking about Black diaspora or we're talking about Black Americans, we're talking about Black British, whatever. You don't see many Black people model their platforms in a way to where they are speaking up for Black people. So when you see someone like Dr. Umar, like the Black boys need to be protected and, they're miscategorizing them as ADHD and it's unfair and da-da-da, you're not going to think anything nefarious. You're going to be like, oh my God, this Black brother, he got it going on. He said what he need to say, So it's very interesting because on one hand, yes, he's done a lot of information. I mean, he gives a lot of information. gives a lot of his Chad, I'm trying to say something nice. Like, to be honest, when you actually look at it from the grand scheme of things, it's just a whole lot of nothing. Like, my cat could get on fucking camera and say a bunch of real shit and everybody would follow the damn cat. So it's like, honestly, a lot of it is smoky mirrors.
Okay.
This is a young, fresh, growing brain. Literature, numbers.
You should have flashcards with your son. All the colors, all the numbers, all the sizes, all the shapes,
Even if they don't
all the
understand
states,
it,
all the
just give it
bones
to
of the
them.
body. Yes, because they will. Understand, black children develop faster than every other child. So when the white people say they should be able to do this by 3, multiply that times 2 for a black kid. Our kids grow. This is even in the white people's books. Our kids develop faster than all other kids, including the Chinese who we think are so smart. You see that?
And when they desegregated the schools, they did not bring black teachers with black students. The biggest layoff in public education is between 1954 and 1974 of black teachers. They brought our children into the schools. They fired the teachers. And so when our black children were bused into white schools, having to deal with not only bigoted white students, but bigoted white teachers, there was no black teachers in there to protect them.
From 2010 to 2014.
Hey, that's facts back in the day. Imagine this. Oh my God. I mean, what Dr. Umar is talking about, it's a lot of facts. When they was busting, remember they was throwing stuff at we don't want y'all in our school. And they scared, they try to get into the school. There was no black teachers in the school. So what they had to get taught by these black teachers who had no other choice. Either you want your job or you're going to teach all these kids. They've been teaching their kids racism up until they had to get, and now they got some black kids in their class. Now they got black kids in their class. What you think they going to be nice to these black kids? Or they going to treat them like they supposed to drink out of a different water fountain? You think about that, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
He had a lot of lectures that went viral. That also added to a lot of his notoriety, his fame, and most importantly, adding to the size of his platform. His passion-filled lectures would circulate online and gain him quite a bit of a following. Notably, there was a lecture often cited as Post-Traumatic Syndrome Disorder Part 4. And this basically talked about the miseducation of Black people. This obviously went viral, and it really showcased who he was as a speaker, his ideologies, so on and so forth. It was very interesting. I've actually watched this one before. So he mainly talked about Black empowerment, the structure of public schools and how they're not suited for Black kids, how a lot of Black kids don't necessarily get the attention that they need. And mind you, as a Black educator, right? I teach dance, I've taught English briefly. So it's like, I get the whole, a lot of these schools are not suited for Black kids, and Black kids do deserve to thrive in their own environments, just like Black people in general in any other space. But it comes to a point where it's like, now that I look at all of this and I'm sitting here and I'm filming the video after looking at my notes, it's like this man was gearing up for this sham of a school. By late 2021, he had amassed over 700,000 followers on Instagram, from everything that I previously mentioned and more. There's been little controversies here and there, specifically due to, again, his ideologies. But at this point, he had amassed such a core following that it didn't really matter who didn't really agree with his opinions. At this point, he had become a public figure and he had authority. Alongside his followers on Facebook and Twitter, he became a very prolific live streamer and he posted a lot, branding himself as a no-holds-barred voice for Pan-Africanism. This online popularity greatly amplified his influence and allowed him to solicit donations and promote projects like his school to a broader audience. Now, of course, this is where the nonsense of the school comes in. Now, as you guys start to gauge the history and the timeline, you're going to start to see that, honestly, this entire thing was planned from the jump, right? So, of course, from Tariq Nasheed's documentary to now we have a lot of his lectures going viral, and he's talking about Black boys and Black children and how the school system is not made for them, etc. You start really starting to see this theme, right? He kind of aligns himself as an advocate for education and, Black this, Black that, Black everything. We need to know where we come from. Africanism this, Africanism that. Therefore, to be honest with you, this was the perfect scheme. So just to let you guys know before we move forward, because it goes into the rest of this video and more than likely future videos that we're going to make. So he has a strong anti-establishment rhetoric. He is practically a socialist, and his professional credentials are heavily questioned and probably something that a lot of people touch on a regular basis. Like I said, that'd be a whole nother video for another time, but I'm going to link resources down below if that's something that you would like to look into. So of course, now we have FDMG Academy. I gotta sit straight for this. Pasque, this shit right here. FDMG stands for Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Forgive me if sometimes I say FDMJ. For some reason, it just rolls off the tongue a little bit better, but it is FDMG. And this is an idea that was pitched by Dr. Umar since literally 2014. We are now in 2025. FDMG was supposed to be a all-Black boys boarding school initially in the early phases of the idea. He started a GoFundMe and he started collecting funds for this school, but unfortunately it is now 2025 and there is no school. Now there's a lot of confusion with this school, the timelines, the dates, and what exactly happened specifically because there's a lot that has happened. Initially, as I said, this was supposed to be an all-Black boys boarding school. And this is because the original idea was for him to buy a school that had just recently shut down. His plans were to buy St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia. It was historically a Black college, and he wanted to buy it to make this boarding school. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe some of you guys can add down below, but the deal fell through. But later on in 2018, he went on to buy the now closed Moyer Academy in Wilmington, Delaware, and decided to open a regular all-Black boys school. Now, what's crazy about this entire situation is, like I said, this whole ordeal started in 2014. He fundraised a lot of money for this. At the time, the fundraiser thing is already a problem because it's like, there's so many different amounts out there. Totally, it is believed he's raised anywhere from $400,000 to $700,000. There's rumors that there's more. There's rumors that there's less. Nonetheless, anywhere in the $100,000 range is enough to open the school, especially when you're not building the school from scratch. I will say in the beginning, when I first heard about this, I thought he was building a school from scratch. At that point, I was like, okay, that might take some time. But at that point, when I had caught wind of it, it was like maybe 6 years later. And I'm like, this don't make no sense. It don't take that long to build a school from scratch. We see people build things all day, every day. Okay. These luxury buildings popping up more than whack-a-mole. Therefore, there's no reason it should take that long to build a school. It wasn't until I found out that he actually bought a school that I was like, oh, this is absolutely nuts. Like, there is no way that he really bought a school and this shit still is not open. So initially he had asked for $5 million. Yes, y'all. He asked for $5 million to buy and renovate St. Paul's. He began soliciting these donations from his supporters literally all over the world. So he used GoFundMe, PayPal, I believe CashApp. Like, there was a lot, okay? He even accepted money orders, bro. This was a lot. Unfortunately, he did only get a fraction of that target, but still, he received hundreds and thousands of dollars of donations. Later on, he would go on to say that PayPal and all these other places were basically sabotaging him and they didn't want to see a Black man succeed. And that's why the school's not open. And then every year consecutively, there was a new excuse as to why the school wasn't open, what he's going to do, why we need to donate. If you didn't donate, he not talking to you, blah, 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 blah.
For Black excellence! You've been getting a lot of slack about your school. People saying, what's going on with the school? I love the good and the bad. Let them hate that. So hate is the oxygen I use to elevate. Hate me if you want.
I'm glad you said that because I got a whole lot of hate for you there, bruh. 13 years for a school. I can't wait to get up there. I'm going to get up there, man. I'm going to do the same thing she can do.
Tell them, when we talked about the school, first, give them an update of where you are with the school. Then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, first of all, 2014, I took my first donation for FDMG in St. Louis, Missouri. 2019, we purchased a 4-building former Black charter school campus in Wilmington, Delaware. That's where we are. This is 2025, so all renovations are done except
We got to tile the floor and rekey the classrooms. Cosmetic surgery. Once we tile the floor and rekey the classrooms, which will be done by the end of this summer, we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And once we get our certificate of occupancy, we're going to have a grand opening celebration, and all y'all better be there. But if you hated on me, keep your ass in cleats.
To the haters, instigators, and defamers, that's all we gonna say. That's all we ain't got no more words. We ain't got no more words, brothers and sisters. I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
This is who you want to lead your kids, right? We got to think about this, man. I mean, forget the school, forget the accounts being frozen, forget all the snow bunnies and all this stuff you done said. The way he presents himself on social media, nope. Not for my kids, nope. Not for nobody in my family, no. No.
The accounts are still frozen. We looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back.
And you letting the world know that you don't know nothing about banking if your accounts is being frozen. You letting the world know that you don't know nothing about banking if your accounts are being frozen. Every time I hear him talk about his frozen account, I go look at my accounts with this with this thing in the back of my head like, cha-chan. Oh, sorry, Mr. Cross, but your account been frozen. I'm like, what? What happened? You are putting fear because it's a lot of people depending on me, man. So please, Lord, don't freeze my accounts. I ain't done nothing by accident or on purpose, man. I'm sorry. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Academy. The accounts are still frozen. We looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back Friday. We're supposed to hear back Friday. That sounds like Monday to me. The bank is giving us the runaround. We ain't got our check back. So we about to operate attorneys. Attorneys is about to get involved because we were told that when your account gets canceled, you're supposed to get your refund check for the amount that was in the account. We have not received that yet. So there's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. There's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. They messing with our bills. They messing with our automatic payments. They messing up a lot of stuff with this frozen account. They froze me and they froze the school. The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja?
What do you think? Well, a couple things. I want to deal with your assumption that I might need some help.
Okay.
Most of my friends are educators. Most of my elders are educators and psychologists. That is my field. So it's kind of interesting when someone who's an expert in something, and I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to the detractors who say I can help him with that. This is
no, I think they're talking about the real estate part of it. Not you're an educator, but not a real estate guy. You see
but we already have the real estate, so that's not even an issue. No
right, more. But did we choose the right real estate? Did we take the money and do the best fiduciary thing with the money?
Brother, I just told you that the schools that we got was a $13 million project 9 years ago in excellent shape. We got a steal for that campus. It was a steal. It was the best thing I could have possibly got. I have no regrets. Okay. See, that's when we start feeding into the lies.
Bunch of nonsense. So let's get back into the school now, shall we?
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Umar Johnson. I am a
2020, y'all. This is 2020.
Certified school psychologist.
I like the outfit though. You looking like I would want to send my kids to this man's school. That's what you're looking like.
And doctor of clinical psychology. 4 long years ago.
But hold up, y'all. Oh my God. Every time I'm looking at this school, look at the ceiling. Every time I want y'all to look. I want y'all to check out the ceiling. Every time you see something on this school, Every time you see something on this school, check out the ceiling, man. Look at the ceiling.
Afternoon.
Every
My
time.
name is Dr. Umar Johnson.
Look
I
at
am
the
a
ceiling.
certified school psychologist and doctor
the
of
ceiling.
clinical psychology. 4 long years ago, we began a fundraising campaign to build America's first independent African-centered school based off the principles of Pan-Africanism and international economics.
So, of course, getting the building was only the first step. The Moyer Academy structures were rough, okay? They needed extensive repairs. They needed to be code compliant. They had to get the HVAC together because it literally, the building was practically falling apart and still is practically falling apart. So you guys are like, Ivana, how do you know that the buildings are falling apart? Because I went, because I pulled up, because I was curious, and I happened to only be 30 minutes away. So if you guys have been watching me for
I'm about 4 hours away, and I'm going up there, baby. I'm getting a hotel. I'm staying for 2 days. If there's some stuff going down, I'm staying for 3.
while you would know, I moved to South Jersey, December 2023. In a random conversation, I was speaking to locals and stuff like that. We some way, somehow ended up talking about Dr. Umar. And one of my friends that at the time was like, oh my God, like he's so great. I can't wait for him to build his school so that my sons can go. And we all kind of looked at her like, girl, you delusional because that school is never going to open. And she was literally having a back and forth with us. And it wasn't until the local was like, yo, like that school is never going to get built. Like literally we only 30 minutes from it. Like you want to go see it? Like it's right there. Like we could go there right now. Mind you, at this point, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. I just finished moving my stuff in. We're having this conversation. And he's like, nah, like I'll bring you there right now. Like, let's go. And we're like, all right, fuck it. Mind you, took a whole vlog. We was cutting up. We was having hella fun. And I lost the vlog footage because I dropped my hard drive. And I went and I, tried to quote one of those like computer places. So I could be like, oh, like, this is the school. This is what it looks like and show y'all the footage in this video. Unfortunately, they were talking about it could cost anywhere from $300 to $900 to receive that footage. So I said, I'm just going to take the hike back down there myself. So let me just show you what I have when I went December 2023. I'm currently filming this video on August 20th. You guys are more than likely going to see this on the 22nd or sometime later. I went yesterday, which was August 19th. And this is what the school looks like.
Hey gang, today is the day. So let's get it. So shout out to the Instagram fam because y'all voted and y'all told me y'all wanted me to go back to this school. Luckily, I still do have photos. And if in 2023 there was no progress, I'm very sure that right now we're going to drive there and there's still going to be no progress. So comment down below. What do you think? Will it look the same? Will it look better? Will it look worse? I can literally probably put my annual makings on it. That shit about to look exactly the same. But let's see. So I don't need nobody to say that I don't do nothing for y'all and I don't care about y'all and I don't love y'all because this is like an $18 toll in a 2-hour drive. I just had to refill my Easy Pass. Like, god damn it, man. Had to stop for a rest stop. And we are back years later. And it still looks exactly the same.
See, this is why I want to go. Because I want to talk to the buildings. I want the buildings around these buildings. Watch this. Watch this right here.
And we are back.
That look like a school or something across the street from his school. I would want to go talk to them. Right there. What building is that? And is it being used? Are they doing something in that building?
Years later.
This is years later. It look like it's a house across the street. I want to go talk to them.
And it still looks exactly the same as I predicted. This is fucking hilarious. Wow. Because I don't understand. I thought it was gonna, oh wait, I don't think that door was painted. Look at that colorful ass door. I don't think that was painted, but it looks exactly the same. Wait, nope, they put a gate up.
I don't think that gate was there because me and my friend last time, we walked back there. There's windows now. They're no longer boarded up. Okay. Mind you, this is also part of the school. So this building was purchased for his sham of a school, but as you guys can see, there hasn't been a damn thing done. Really? Like, except for windows. But these shits are still boarded up. Oh, now what's funny and what I find very crazy about all of this is how there's like, this is a very residential area. Okay. This is an area where like people actually live. It is literally directly behind the Boys and Girls Club. Look at this. It looked like they redid the roads too. I don't remember the roads being this smooth, but last time I came here it was nighttime. So, and that could also be a state city type vibe.
The city probably do the streets.
It's so weird being here after what? A year and some change, almost 2 years. This is nuts. It's the audacity to have influential people on this wall and you're scamming people. To have founding fathers and then put yourself in this shit and you're an entire scammer. Oh, the audacity of this is just ridiculous. Like, he really, look at this. Black children matter. Do they? Do they? Do they? It's the fact that people just be casually walking past and driving past this, living behind in front of this school, not understanding that this is literally part of one of the biggest scams in Black history, especially American Black history. All these years you collecting money and this is what you got. Niggas got some explaining to do. I don't want to hear nothing about no contractors, nothing about no racism, nothing about nothing, because you should have something. At least there should be windows on this building. Okay, the windows are boarded up, my friends. The windows are boarded up, my friends. The window. You know, I got to repeat it 3 times. Okay?
Yeah, you got to repeat it 3 times. But this is why Dr. Umar, wait a minute. This is why Dr. Umar started saying, look at our windows, ladies and gentlemen. Look at our windows. Yeah, look at our beautiful windows. Look at our beautiful windows. I don't know. This was a thumbs up, thumbs up. She did this a day ago. Wow. Okay, let's continue.
Make sure when you guys add your comments down below, you put them in 3 times. Because we didn't understand you the first, second time. You need to do it 3 times.
There you go. Talk to him, girl. Talk to him. I like that track with the talking drum. That's the talking drum. Don't play with me. Hey. Talking drum. Uncle Mike, baby. Uncle Mike, baby. Talking drum. The African talking drum. Damn. Oh, my eye itching. You need to do some pressure washing, cuz.
Just freaking ridiculous. So don't let this shit fool you and be like, oh, well, at least he painted the building, blah, blah, blah. The building came like this. Okay, he repainted some things, but originally that is the color scheme. Unfortunately, because we have cameras and stuff like that, it's making this shit look better than what it looked like, but it's dingy, I promise y'all. It's dingy. Like, it's dingy. It's dingy. It's not giving what it's supposed to give at all. For all that money, like, this is some shit I could pull together. Okay, this is some shit that I would do. Yeah. Okay, like, don't play. Don't ever say I don't love y'all. Look at this shit. I have a privacy screen protector, so it's harder to see. But bro, 2.5 hours for me to take my ass home. Don't ever say I don't do nothing for y'all. Like, this shit, wow. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna stop by, get some food, and then, yeah, let's get back to the rest of the video.
Oh, a lot of you guys are probably like, well, what does it look like on the inside? We really want to see. So I had to go find this footage. This was from 2023. I'm sure it probably looks about the same, because the thing that I don't understand is he keeps sitting here every year. It's, oh, the school's going to open, the school's going to open, the school's going to open. And this is what it was looking like another time when he said the school was going to open. So take a look.
If you ain't never built an institution.
Look at the ceiling again, dog. Look at the ceiling. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on. Look at this. You have never did. All we need to do is lay the tiles. So the kids are going to be walking with the ceiling looking like this. You always...
Open, the school's going to open, the school's going to open.
Here we go,
and this is what it was looking like another time when he said the school was going to open. So take a look.
If you ain't never built an institution in your life without no white money, please keep your mouth shut. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, coming to you live and direct inside the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy. I build institutions. I don't just sit on YouTube running my mouth. I build institutions. I don't just sit on YouTube running my mouth. The Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDM. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the Cash App. What color we gonna paint the rooms, y'all? What color we gonna paint the rooms? Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Oh, yes. Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Who coming to decorate the principal's office? Oh, yes. We got a school to finish. We got a school to finish, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes.
The difference is night and day. And I'm not saying that specifically because I literally went in the daytime yesterday and nighttime the first time. But as you guys can tell, the only notable differences here are the fact that now the main building has windows. Now there is a flag on like 2 of the doors, and now there's a gate. And the only reason I really noticed the fact that there was a gate was because when I went the first time, we all went to the back and we were able to like literally just walk through, and we were like near people's backyards. Like that shit was wild to me. And in the back of my mind, okay, like I've said in the videos that I posted in here, it's like, how the hell are people just living down the street from this shit and not understanding that they are living near the biggest scam in Black American history? Like literally, like people's backyards overlook the school. You go down the street, there's not only a boys and girls club, but there's like just houses. It's in a suburban area. There's a liquor store around the corner, which to be honest, I'm like, is that something that's allowed? But shit, there's a liquor store in every corner in Wilmington from what I've observed. So it was just like the school is just there and it's rotting away. And it's just, it's an eyesore, okay? Because it's this big yellow building. It's falling apart. It got boarded up windows. It ain't painted nice. It's a hot mess. So it's like, damn, if the outside looked like that, what the hell does the inside look like? Of course, Dr. Umar has shared numerous updates of, people painting inside, contractors this, contractors that. And it's funny because that's exactly why the conversation came up. The conversation came up specifically because he is a contractor. Like the person that, knew about all of this is a contractor. They live in Wilmington. They grew up in Wilmington. And they were like, I'm a contractor. He keeps saying there's no contractors that want to volunteer. There's no black this, there's no black that. He ain't reach out to me. I have a contract company. Like I got people working all over Wilmington. So that man's full of cat. He never had intentions to build the school in the first place. And that's what really propelled us to go, because it was like, nah, like I need to see this, because this school has been under construction for too long for this to still be a thing. This school has been collecting donations for so long that the fact that the school is still not here is insanely problematic. I already looked up the tax forms, okay? And if you guys are not aware, you can also look up the tax forms. And that's what I'm not really understanding about this entire thing. People have been donating to this man for over a decade and never thought to Google the tax forms, never thought to Google what's really going on. They just took his word for it. And that's what I need y'all to understand. Don't take anybody's word for anything. Look it the fuck up. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's Dr. Umar. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. Look into what exactly people are telling you, because 9 times out of 10, people are going to lie when it comes to something of this scale. It is not hard to look up any nonprofit's revenue, what they made, what came in, what they were using it towards. And what's very funny about literally every tax return I found is everything says zero. It's like expenses zero, zero, but it's like 600,000 this year, 500,000 this year. I don't understand. So you can't tell me you don't got $40,000. You should have $40,000 to pay these taxes. At that point, I was like, nope, it's time to make the video.
I want you guys to understand he's been collecting these donations since what, 2014, 2015, 2016. It's really hard to gauge exactly when. I've seen interviews where he said he got his first donation 2014. So nonetheless, it's been over a decade, right? Why is it that the entity was only created in 2020? You can only trace it back to 2020 in terms of the donations because that's when it became a legitimate nonprofit. So we don't know what he collected prior to then. And that's also an issue. So what nonprofit you know takes donations via Zelle, CashApp, Venmo, stuff like that? Okay. That's all I gotta say. This don't really make sense. This is like, the fact that the government hasn't caught wind of this and shut this down is actually crazy.
It doesn't make any logical sense, and I can't stand it because there's still going to be people that try to defend this. There's going to be people writing paragraphs in my comment section about how I'm tearing a black man down. To be honest with you, I'm going to tear down a scammer any day. Pink, white, black, green, I don't give a flying fuck. I cannot stand a scammer, but most importantly, I cannot stand a scammer who scams their own community. I cannot stand a scammer who doesn't see anything wrong with what they do when they are being deceitful. And most importantly, when they are out here trying to push an ideology that they more than likely don't give a fuck for and are just pushing to the masses because it's something that they know will get them money. And that's exactly, in my opinion, what I think is going on. That man has picked up Pan-Africanism and made it an identity because he knows there's money behind it. He knows there's power behind it. He knows there's leadership behind it. I don't think he believes half the shit he even says. Mainly because half the shit that he says is practically outrageous.
So where's the website? There's no real
Somebody they doing the 3 times thing, man. It's not a school, it's a building. It's not a school, it's a building. They're going another 3 times. Peace and Pan Pokism. Oh my God. Here go another 3 times. He's been collecting money since 2010. Here go another 3 times. He's a deadbeat father. Here go another 3 times. RICO charges coming soon. Here go another. Well, he only did it twice. Go home. You did it. Donation forever. Open school never. I said donation forever. Open school. Okay, give you a thumbs up because he put the ass. I said. I am telling y'all. Yeah, they said it 3 times again. All these people, even in the comments, is saying it 3 times. Oh my gracious, I like the 3 times thing, man. That's funny. 3 days to pay the bills. Oh my gracious. Just to let y'all know, man, the buildings is not on the auction blocks anymore. The buildings are not on the auction blocks. I don't know what he did to get them off the auction blocks, but the buildings are not going to be auctioned off, so they're going to stay with him for a little while longer. The buildings not going to be auctioned off. They're going to stay with him for a little while longer. I said the buildings, you're supposed to pause too. They said there's supposed to be a pause before you say the last one. But the buildings ain't going to be auctioned off. They're going to stay with him for a little while longer. Okay, let's continue.
Website for this school. What type of company do you know sits there and collects donations, better yet runs a business and doesn't have a website? It's a school. A website don't even cost that much regardless. You can get a website anywhere from $5 to, if you want to be higher end, like $100, $200 a month. How he got a website but
I got 2 websites. Go check out themusicrecordingnetwork.com. Yeah, and the world's largest rap contest.com. In fact, the links is in every video we put up. 2 websites that Uncle Mike built. What? Uncle Mike can do everything. I should do a school. Shoot. I know one thing, it'll be open faster than this one.
School don't. All right. Regardless, you can get a website anywhere from $5 to, if you want to be higher end, like $100, $200 a month. How he got a website but the school don't. All right. All right. This man also gets paid to do speaking engagements, and he's always speaking somewhere. Even if he wasn't getting enough donations, he could have easily thought of a different idea, not opened a school, did some sort of community center or whatever. But also he has the capital in terms of he's getting the income in order to sustain what it is that he's trying to do. Like, I'm not understanding this shit right now. Like, it's absolutely asinine that there's people out here defending this nonsense. He's collected hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some people have estimated that it's been in the millions, okay? And he has nothing to show for it. He literally charges thousands of dollars for him to come to events. He stays throwing events, speaking at events, holding events, all that. Why is there still no school? I stand corrected. I just realized that he is using his personal website as a way to get the donations for FDMG, which is not something that you're supposed to do in business whatsoever, especially when you have a nonprofit. Literally that leads to commingling of funds, which we honestly more than likely can safely say that's probably what he's been doing with all this money. But basically it means that you should be having everything separate. Your business and your personal needs to be separate. It cannot be the same, even if it's just something as mundane as a lot of people would probably think as a website. Like, why is there not a separate website for the school? And what's very interesting is, as you guys can see, like, he has different like monthly tiered situations through PayPal. I'm just like, this is sad, because the fact that a lot of people kind of let him get away with this is insanely problematic. You guys who have donated, right? You know how every single time we donate to like the Goodwill or something like that, they give you a slip to write it off on your taxes. Have any of you guys got one? Or did you just accept that, oh, well, I'm helping a good cause, because you're supposed to get one? Yeah, he gonna get caught up.
By 2022, he had kind of teased more dates. And people started getting really suspicious and really tired. Because like I said, this ordeal started in 2014. Now we're in 2022, 2023. This is when a lot of people started to catch wind of this, and it was like, this don't make no sense. Where is this school? What is going on? But again, where is the money? Because we don't see it, okay? The school is still falling apart. The school still doesn't look like a school. There's no students. What does the inside look like? We need updates because we gave you money and ain't nothing there. Now, Dr. Umar fired back with new windows, and I believe 2022 was when the mural was painted. I'm not really sure, but I know I was there at the end of 2023. That mural was there. And to be honest with you, the mural pisses me off more than anything, because he painted himself amongst great Black leaders that made a real difference in this world. How cocky do you have to be to put yourself next to the world's greatest, sir? Like, this shit truly makes me angry, because it's like, how, not only how cocky do you have to be, but it's like you're a scammer. You're an entire scammer. The whole Black Children's Matter sign, do they? Because this don't make no sense. Like, why do you think that?
And what make it so bad? 3 women has made it so clear that he didn't interact with the kids when he was shooting this movie. He don't interact with his kids. So why are you talking about the kids matter? Uncle Mike came, I just came from playing with some kids and stuff. And oh my God, man. Here we go.
This shit pisses me off. Like, it genuinely pisses me off, because it's like he has a lot of audacity, okay, to not only paint the mural, but to put himself in the mural, and then put himself holding the Black Children Matter sign. Like, sir, like, that's what I'm saying. He does too damn much. Like, anybody that does that much, like, to push an identity or push an ideology, to me comes off as a scammer and a grifter, and 9 times out of 10 they are. There's a lot of people out there that have other things going on for themselves to the point where that doesn't need to be their identity, unless they're trying to get some bread. Okay, that's the main thing that made me suspicious about him in the first place. Literally, this school has been coming next year every freaking year. From 2023 to 2024, there's been a few dates that have been set, but never came into fruition. At this point, he kind of ran out of excuses. He basically tried to say that he was a publicized target and a publicized threat. Therefore, Wilmington didn't want him there. Delaware didn't want him there. The white man trying to hold him down. A racist trying to buy the school. It's so much that happened literally from, I'll say, 2023 to present, in regards to him trying to build this narrative that people are out to get him. including one of his exes that came out with all the gossip saying that he this and he that, which again, like I said, we're not going to touch on. Guys, again, feel free to go down below, say what you got to say, and feel free to go into the description box because I do have loads of sources. But I will say after the fall 2024 date did not really pan out, that's when a lot of people really started to become really skeptic, started to look into things, started pulling up tax documents and doing investigations, calling the Wilmington office and all that, because it was just like, there's make no sense at all. So now we're in 2025 and FDMG has reached a critical point. Now, the school was actually supposed to open fall 2025. That's another reason I genuinely didn't make this video earlier, especially when I had first went, because I knew that there were going to be people that tried to sit there and say, no, like, you need to wait till fall 2024. That's when he said it's going to open. Give the man some time. Y'all always calling someone a scammer. Y'all always trying to bring a black man down. Now it's fall 2025 and the school is not going to open because the city has now threatened to auction said building due to unpaid utilities, taxes, fees, so on and so forth. The building is an eyesore and obviously it is not open. So now he has come to the internet to tell us that we need to give donations to save the school. He's calling for us to protest. He's telling us that we need to, basically help him out. All this extra shit. And it's just like...
Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on?
Bullshit. Why weren't we notified? That's bull. That is bull. They didn't not notify you. Oh, because we black. That's bullshit, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta stop playing that race card so hard. If you take the race card out of your life, your whole life will be better. Trust me. Trust me on that. Just take the race card out. Don't even believe into it. Don't allow the man to hold you back. Don't allow any man to hold you back. Don't allow nobody, the black man or the black woman, the white man or the white woman, the green man or the purple man or the pink, peach, psychedelic man or woman. Don't let nobody hold you back. Take all the cards away, man. You feel much better. You will feel much better.
Continuously behind our backs. They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school and they wanted to sell the school before we found out.
Program coming out for the ladies is called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies. $500 donation to FDMG Academy and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice. Brothers, we gotta stop hating. Don't hate my ninja, because if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your baby mom do she want that luncheon with the doctor, we know what she gonna say, ninja. Don't test my intellectual gangster. If I roll up on your girlfriend, your live-in prisoner you call a girlfriend. If I roll up on your live-in prisoner, your romantic prisoner you call a girlfriend, who ain't there because she want to be, she there because she got to be. If I roll up on your romantic prisoner, my brother, if I roll up on your romantic prisoner you call a girlfriend, who living with you because she got to, not because she want to, do she want that lunch date with the doctor?
Our situation is just extremely exhausting because if you know anything about business, whether we're talking about nonprofits, sole proprietorship, LLCs, when you have fees and you have taxes, you have to pay them, or they're going to take your shit. They will give you plenty of notice. They will even call you if they have to. They will send notices to your house or whatever address you have on file. If the address you have on file or the contact information that you have on file is not up to date, that is your problem. But one thing America cares about is their bread. Okay, Uncle Sam just wants their money. They don't give a flying fuck about your building. They don't really give a flying fuck about everything you talk about right now. At the end of the day, when it comes to stuff like this, business is business. You owe taxes, you pay taxes. You're not exempt, you pay whatever it is that you have to pay until you're exempt. You have whatever that needs to be paid. You don't have the money, find the money. Because at the end of the day, that's how your shit's gonna get took. I've went through evictions. I went through owing taxes. I know how this shit work. That's why I'm like, nobody notified you? You didn't know? Like, anyone with common sense would know that this man is full of shit and he's lying. But also, it's just a fact of the matter of how these things work. You could look it up on your own time. Like, they're never going to try to auction off your stuff or whatever without you knowing. And even if it gets to that point, you can easily go to the office.
Facts.
Schedule an appointment, talk to them, handle something, come up with a payment plan. So, yeah, I'm not understanding where.
Facts.
Luckily for him, okay, and luckily for those of you guys who are, you know, the Dr. Umar Brigade, the school is no longer for auction. Everything seems to be squared away. He more than likely is now on a payment plan, from what I understand. And, yeah, the school's still not going to open because let's be real, right? You have a school, right? A nonprofit organization that claims to be opening every single year, but there's no website, which means how are the kids going to enroll? Which means how's everything else going to get done? I haven't seen no job postings to be a teacher, to be a principal, to be a guidance counselor, to be a janitor, to be anything. Like, y'all need to use your heads. If the school was going to open ever, why are none of these positions being marketed? Why are there no enrollment sites? I'm going to wait for someone to give me a logical explanation.
Hang it up. Dr. Umar, hang it up. And I feel like this is an exit strategy.
Oh my God, dog. She killing them. I can't put the knife in that deep and spin it around and put salt on the wound. I can't do that. You're right. You are so right. If the school gonna open and you got an opening date and they're gonna cut the ribbon, the school is open, and then you're gonna start hiring for the principal and the janitor, and I don't understand. Hey, go ahead, Dr. Umar. Keep telling them what they want to hear. Your donors. Oh man, if somebody from this day on, if anybody is donating to Dr. Umar, man, they are living under a rock. We need to get this information on the radio, because they apparently don't listen to social media.
I feel like this is a way.
By the way, I'm putting these up on my Facebook page and stuff.
Enrollment sites. I'm going to wait for someone to give me a logical explanation.
Hang it up. Dr. Umar, hang it up. And I feel like this is an exit strategy. I feel like this is a way for him to be like, oh, well, you know, like they basically booted me out. This is why we need to fight against racism, and we need to go back to Africa.
We need to march.
I shouldn't be laughing about this. Child, this is a joke. This whole thing is a joke. Like, the fact that anyone would still believe this man is a problem. And if you still believe him, you genuinely have some sort of mental health issues. And this is coming from someone that has mental health issues, is in active therapy, that used to be on meds. I know mentally ill when I see it. And if you guys are still supporting this man and giving him your hard-earned money after knowing what you know today from this video, from other videos, from articles posted, and just genuine common sense, then we all need a mental evaluation. Okay, everybody. I think he's mentally ill. I think he had like legitimate problems. I think anyone that really supports him has mental problems or is just ignorant and doesn't want to know the truth. Because it does suck to know that you gave $5, $100, $1,000, some odd dollars to somebody that literally is doing absolutely nothing with it. But it comes to a point where we have to acknowledge and we have to accept where we fucked up. Dr. Umar, you fucked up. And you need to acknowledge that you fucked up. You need to acknowledge that you took all this money and you did nothing with it. Or you took all this money and it wasn't enough. Maybe you did underestimate how much it costs to build a school, to buy a school, to run a school, to operate a school, to renovate a school. Like, let's just give the benefit of the doubt, right? And I know that was going to be something a lot of people tried to say as well. Like, oh, well, he didn't get enough money to open the school. Oh,
but the thing about it is he never, ever owns up to anything he did wrong. My fault, people. We got 3 buildings. It looked like 3 buildings for what I seen. And it's a bit too much for the donations we was getting. That's my fault. My fault, people, that I didn't pay the back taxes. My fault that the buildings went on Gray auction off the buildings. He never even somebody else's fault. They tried to sell the buildings under our nose. Huh? How they gonna sell your buildings? Apparently they wasn't yours. Ladies and gentlemen, they done froze the accounts. Why everybody else's stuff don't fall apart like your stuff is falling apart,
okay,
man?
then stop collecting the damn money. If you see that the donations are slow, because I could tell, you know, just looking at the tax documents and stuff, the donations were a little slow. If you saw that the donations were slow, why keep collecting the money for over a decade and not producing anything with it? I understand following a dream. I understand trying to keep a business running and all of that. But it's like, at what point do we say, all right, you know, this money could be used towards something else? He could have opened an after-school program. He could have opened a different type of nonprofit, like a YMCA, Boys and Girls Club type vibe. There's a lot of things he could have did. It didn't have to necessarily be a school. He has, again, called for us to protest, help him out, blah, blah, blah. I highly doubt anyone's going to really do that. But if you do that, I am free to give you my psychologist's information if you're in the New Jersey area, because y'all need therapy. Additionally, please keep in mind that there are no visible, notable, or reported board of directors that I know of at the time that I'm filming this video. Although I know there are people that are part of this scam, I genuinely have not heard of a CFO, a COO, a secretary, I don't know, a booty shaker on this board. Okay, I never, like, literally, it's Dr. Umar Johnson that is on all the paperwork, and that is a screaming red flag. And I don't understand how he would have even gotten approved as a nonprofit without that, because most states require that you have at least like 3 people for your board. Therefore, that's already an issue in itself. As a nonprofit, there are certain things that make you compliant. This nonprofit is non-compliant. The lack of transparency is insane. It's always, oh, thank you guys for donating, but we...
You see what I'm saying, man? You see what I'm saying? I ain't know that. Did y'all hear that? Man, I ain't know that. I don't know nothing about no nonprofit. And God dang on, you supposed to have 3 different names on the thing.
And how he would have even gotten approved as a nonprofit without that, because most states require that you have at least like 3 people for your board. Therefore, that's already an issue in itself. As a nonprofit, there are certain things that make you compliant. This nonprofit is non-compliant. The lack of transparency is insane. It's always, oh, thank you guys for donating, but we need more money for this. But, you know, I know we collected money for that, but, you know, it wasn't enough, so give money here. It's always lack of transparency. We ain't never seen not one receipt, okay? Even the tax documents, everything basically says spending 0. You know, so it's like, where has the money gone besides your pockets? Because that, in my opinion, is where it has went. There are no results. Like I said, I went there in 2023. The only difference is maybe the paint look a little fresh, the windows, and a gate. There is no real difference at all. That's another reason I wanted to go there, because I know there's going to be people like, oh, well, how do you know? How do you know? And it's like, I drove there. I went there. I seen it. There is literally nothing there. There is no school. There's no students. There's no reno. There's no nothing. Maybe the inside look like the Apple store, but I doubt it. Highly doubt it, because he would have been showing it off, and there's nothing to show. The goals are always shifting. First it was $5 million, then it was $300,000 for this, then it was $50,000 for that. Now it's $40,000 for this. Every day it's another goal. How much money do you need? The mishandling of funds is extremely suspect, because even if, right, all these years you've been collecting money, the white man holding you down, you can't do nothing because this, that, and the third. Now the city's this, that. you should have some sort of money in the bank to be able to pay for this, even though the shit is frozen. The money, this shouldn't even be a thing. It shouldn't be a situation where now you can't pay this $40,000, whatever. It should have been paid because the money was just sitting there because nothing was being done to this building. Okay. Even if it was internal renovations, I think, was it? Okay. I don't remember. I'm going to put it on the screen. The most recent one that I could find in terms of returns was 2024, and it was still 6 digits. You had well over $40,000 collected by the end of 2024 to pay whatever it is that you were supposed to allocate to the school's functioning, opening, bills, etc. Like, I just genuinely don't understand how people keep falling for this. You know what? Let's be for real, right? I didn't even get into this. If I make another video, we might get into this. Nobody, even including myself, didn't even think about this. This is supposed to be a school, right? Where are the credentials? Who was going to run this school? Him? Just because you have a PhD don't mean you can run a school. There's literally leadership, like school leadership licenses. People don't just become principals and become guidance counselors and become teachers. Like, you need to be licensed. Obviously, charter schools do whatever the fuck they want. They run like a business. So obviously that's what he planned to do. But it's like nobody ever thought to question the accreditation, where he's going to get the curriculums from. The curriculums are extremely expensive. Obviously, you need teachers, you need staff, you need students. Like, all of this was something that was not thought about at all and is something that is yet to be addressed. What's even crazier is there have been people that reached out to him and offered him help, and he has pushed that help away, which obviously shows that he more than likely was never going to open the school anyway. The public criticism is rampant. There's so many articles, so many videos, so many interviews, so many things that you can watch and make your own conclusions about this. But to be quite honest with you, I think the genuine consensus here is that the school will never open, was never going to open, and the entire thing was just a very long planned out scheme. Dr. Umar is charismatic. He is very, very convincing. He's extremely overzealous and confident. Hence why a lot of people not only gave money to this scheme, but truly did believe in his vision, because the man was a cosplaying Pan-Africanist scammer that really sought out to take money from the Black community and do something to raise himself up instead of the children. Unfortunately, this is probably one of the greatest tragedies in Black American history, because there's still people out there that are going to defend this man, that are going to put him on their platforms to try to get more donations. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse and worse. Okay. In the words of the Rugrats, it's going to get worser and worser, especially if we do not hold this man and others like him accountable. As Black people, we need to learn how to hold our people accountable. It is extremely disgusting and disturbing that just because someone is Black, we turn a blind eye to the fact that they are stealing money, lying, scheming, scamming, and doing God knows what. It is absolutely unacceptable. I don't like the idea of, oh, well, they're Black, you can't say nothing. Oh, well, they're Black, they're trying to do something. Oh, well, white people scam all the time too. Okay, it's all wrong. I don't care who you are. A scammer is a scammer. Although he still has a huge number of followers and people that genuinely believe he's trying to do a good thing, there are a load of other people that are now opening their eyes to the truth. And I hope that all of this does start to come out. And I hope that this is something that gets pushed to the forefront for people that are unaware of Dr. Umar, his scams, and his nonsense. So, of course, it's been a long video, so we're definitely going to end it here. But as you click off this video, share it with your friends, your families. Thank you so very much. You smash that subscribe button. I want you guys to think, where did the money go? Because realistically, buying a building, slapping some paint on the inside, the outside, getting a gate, painting a mural, painting a rock does not equate to anywhere near $400,000 to $700,000. If you do, especially in a place like Delaware. Okay, Delaware is probably one of the cheapest states that you can live. They still got $100,000 houses out there. Like, I was even debating, but then I was like, I don't really like it here. Let me stay my butt where I'm at. But like I said, right, where is the money? Where is it? Where did he spend it? Where, like, it doesn't make sense. And I need us to use our critical thinking skills. It doesn't matter how much you like someone, how much you've been supporting someone, how much you really think someone is trying to do good. At the end of the day, this is problematic and it needs to be addressed. And people like this need to be brought to justice, or at least need to lose their platforms, because it is not okay to collect hundreds and thousands of dollars and literally promise the people something and not give it. This video was not made to slander. This video was not made to gossip. This video was not made to do anything nefarious. However, it was made to bring you guys the information because unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that still think that this man is a good person and he's doing shit for a noble cause. But those of us know, we know, okay, that this is literally, again, one of the biggest scams in Black American history. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, share this video with anybody that you can think of. And check out my other channels. Of course, I have a Haitian channel where you guys can learn about Haitian voodoo, politics, and folklore. I also have a personal channel where I do personal content. With that being said, I'm going to see y'all next time.
Bye! Bye! I really, really enjoyed that. She is cool. Yeah, main channel. Let's see what her main channel is. Okay, she got 13,000 people. Oops, 13,000 subscribers on her main channel. But this channel right here has 331,000 subscribers. Most definitely, man. I really, really enjoyed that. I gave her a thumbs up. Man. She right, dog. We gotta push this. I am trying my best to push. I see Mary Ann right there. It's so many channels that's trying to push this information, and I'm trying to find a way to get it off the social media. I think a lot of his donors now are not social media type people. So anyway, hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here. I'm going up there on the 5th. On the 5th, y'all. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 days, that's 2 weeks. I forgot this week. I'll be still in the Philippines for 1 whole week. I'm in the Philippines for 1 whole week. I'm gonna go home and get this jet lag off my mind and everything. And then I'm hitting the road to go up there because I want to see these buildings my daggone self. When she went, it was 2023. When Uncle Mike going, it's going to be 2025. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.